You may be.
May it please the court, Kevin Armstrong for the state. First of all, the contemporaneous objection rule, which was cited by the defense, which is the waiver argument that Your Honor referred to, is one about preserving an issue for appellate review. It is not about a court who can reconsider their rulings during trial. One of the issues that is here is that the court precluded the state from calling that individual back to testify about other things. And that's one of the things that the state filed the motion for reconsideration to avoid. And so the state is asking that for other issues and for whatever issues that have not already been addressed, the state be allowed to recall Detective Dennis to testify about other matters that were not the offending statement, which the court appropriately excluded from evidence. And one of the things the defense brought up in their response was confrontation. I want to make it absolutely clear that there was no intention in the motion for reconsideration to have state's evidence in that they didn't get the right to confront, and so that was not part of the issue. But the issue isn't only the testimony that was struck from that day, it was his future testimony, precluding him from testifying in the future. And while there are other means to get in some of the testimony, I don't believe that is all the testimony that the prosecution team intends to get in through Detective Dennis. And so essentially it's an ongoing order of the court that we would be asking the court to authorize the state to present that witness to testify further.
So I believe that you have the authority, jurisdiction, and power to prevent a witness from testifying when that witness shows that they are not capable of providing a fair trial and intentionally, and that's my word, but it was clear to me sitting there that when Ms. Hilton asked retired Detective Dennis, tell us about this photograph that has Mr. Kendrick standing on top of a car, his initial lead into that answer is, well, Mr. Kendrick just got out of prison. And, you know, that affects Jeffrey Williams. Mr. Kendrick, as the court may have heard, is signed to Mr. Williams' record label. Mr. Kendrick, as you will learn, is at Mr. Williams' home on May 9th, 2022 when Mr. Williams and Mr. Kendrick are arrested. And it is just not that simple to unwind that instruction. It was an intentional, obvious infliction to denigrate this trial and prejudice Mr. Williams, Mr. Kendrick, and all. Courts have to have the power to ensure that the trial is, and I'm quoting, conducted with dignity, order, and decorum.